Hi everyone, it's the 12th of November and this is the weekend video update. Now we have a major break. We had the major break back in April and we rallied all the way to July highs and then came back to backtest the breakout zone. This was a perfect low. We left a gap here and we rallied, and now it's forcing this blue resistance to break. Right at the close of Friday, we had the perfect touch on that blue resistance and it reversed for now. So this is the third touch, but on the other hand, we also have a break of this green resistance to the upside. So if the back test holds, which will be at the open, it could open with a huge gap down or a small gap down and continue coming down, or we bounce off and break the blue resistance at the fourth touch. This is the third. It could be like a sideways action all night, and then Monday we can break out. But either way, this is now ending a very, very important decision point, a junction for ES. I, of course, believe that we eventually are going to break this and get to 4,700, 4,800, which is going to be a new high above the December 2021 high. So it's been 2 years since we haven't taken out that, but the bull flags breakout, rally, back test, and now we're going to get to 4,750, which is going to be the high of December 2021. On the SPX, cash SPX, it looks even better, because for the bulls it looks even better. This is the purple bull flag, broken, back tested, and we back tested this level again. Now the blue resistance is tried for the fourth time, not third. This is the cash CFD, and it is being tested. It was tested by the close of Friday for the fourth time, and I think the red resistance is clearly broken. That resistance, obviously, if you look at the ES chart, we have this green support that held. The green internal resistance was broken, and now the green top band is broken. So, which is extremely promising for all the bulls, like myself. So basically this golden channel, or for Dow Jones, so I'm going to put it on the 8-hourly chart. You can see here that golden bull flag, the two touches here, first, second, we rallied, came back. We came down, and once we tested this blue resistance, that was here as well, but also the golden bottom band. We turned very bullish last year, October. We rallied, but then the rally didn't get to a new high after the bull flag breakout. It will eventually, because bull flags after a major high, once they are broken, they deliver a new high. So it rallied, back tested. Now the recent low was the green support. It didn't touch the blue bottom band. I was hoping that it would, but it didn't. It left a gap here. Like ES, there is a gap there, but that gap stays unfilled so far. Now Dow Jones is trying to break this green resistance. It's not very precise, but it is what it is. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So this is the sixth time it's trying to break. It also is trying to break this golden resistance right there. 1, 2, 3. So quite a few touches on that resistance. I think it may break it by Monday or next week, someday next week. It is looking very positive, and above all, NASDAQ is the most bullish one, and the reason is very clear. This blue uptrend was broken to the downside, back tested here. Then the red bottom band, 1, 2, 3 touches. First touch, this is the second touch. Once it started rallying, it became a potential bull flag. Now it broke out of the bull flag, broke back into the blue channel, which is superbly bullish. There is nothing more bullish than this, because it's breaking out of the blue bull flag, red bull flag, but it's also broken back into the broken uptrend, which is the blue one. So this is extremely important. And of course, the double support held, blue plus red held, and it rallied off that level from 15,225. That was the level. 220. We are at 583. So it's over 300 points only on Friday. This is extremely bullish here for NASDAQ. Russell is the sick man, of course. It's trying to break, it's breaking the red top band now. This is a small bull flag. And obviously the bounce off the golden support, which I pointed out 2 weeks ago in my free weekend video, that golden support held. And of course the blue resistance has to be broken. This is perfect resistance that has held in the last week's reversal. And now the next touch, I believe, is going to smash through, and we're going to get to 1900, 2000, you name it. And of course, this golden channel, I said in the previous video that it looks like a bear flag. But of course, if it gets to the 2000 and break it, that would turn into a giant failed bear flag. That would mean we're going to get beyond this blue resistance eventually, which is at 2,100 and possibly 2,500. So this market may be turning very bullish, but of course Russell is the weakest link. FTSE had not visited the blue resist support for the fourth time, so it didn't come for the fourth touch to break it. It rallied. Now the golden bear flag was broken, but it's not delivering new lows. So the critical level for this one is the blue support, which is at 7,250. I reckon there is a good chance that it's going to get to the red top band, maybe pull back one more time, and then a break to the upside to get to that black resistance right there. So I was thinking if that blue support breaks, our target will be the black bottom band. But of course, if the blue support is holding, there is a good chance that we're going to get to the black resistance rail and even break it to the upside, which would target 8,250, which is that red top band. So I'm going to put it on the daily so that you can see why 8,250 is the target. So that red top band, so this is 2023, this is 2018. We have the bottom support here, the internal supports. So I believe ultimate target is 8,250, which is that red top band, if that black resistance can be taken out. This is DAX, extremely bullish here. And the reason is, I'm going to explain. So this green support held, okay? So that was very critical, as you can see. I had mentioned again in the weekend video 2 weeks ago, the free weekend video, I pointed out that we are sitting at a support. We were also sitting at an important support here, right? So it was kind of a, we had a channel here through, I removed that channel, but I'm going to put it very clearly here, right there. Okay, this was our channel. So that channel is now broken, okay? What matters more is this blue resistance that has to be cleared for a rally. So you can see here that blue resistance has already 3 touches on it. So first touch from August or end of July, this is September, this is last week, third touch. And even though the golden support was broken, the green bull flag held. So I'm going to put it on the 1 hourly to show you a little bit better picture here. Okay, that's our blue resistance. That has to be broken right there. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. That green bull flag formed and broken. It didn't come down to break the red support. The green bull flag has formed. We can remove the golden. So what we have here is a very clear picture of a breakout, the green breakout. And I think DAX is going to clear this blue resistance and start a mega rally. We still have this gap from 2 weeks ago, but those gaps have not been filled and they are not going to be filled anytime soon. That's how it looks like. This is TLT, that golden support zone held, and I gave you the biggest bullish signal, which was at 82.50. And the reason was not only the TLT's 2004-2006 supports, but also this double support, which is that red top band, red bottom band. This is from the year 2000. This is ZN, the 10-year note, 10-year treasury note. It bounced off the blue support, so I'm going to put it on the daily. Yeah, that blue support held together with the red. Now the blue resistance has to be broken, and I think it will break eventually. You can see it tried it twice here, failed it. I think if and when it breaks, it's going to get to the green top band, and we're going to see a major break. I think the next time it touches, it will pull back one more time, and then a breakout would start a really big multi-year rally for bonds, and then the rates will drop. Oil, it's a little bit too many lines here, but bear with me. This blue resistance held at the highs of September. It came down, it touched the red bottom band. You can see here, touched it, bounced, twice bounced, and then broken to the downside. Now, what we had was the golden that didn't hold. I think the blue channel is, the green channel is forming here. If we see a reversal at this black broken support, which is going to be around 78.20, and I think there is a good chance it's going to reverse there. It comes down all the way to the lows of March, May, which is going to be around 65. Okay, that broken support will probably become a resistance, but first it really has to reverse there to say, okay, that resistance, that broken support has become a resistance. So it first has to show us some reaction when and if it gets there. This is Brent oil. It didn't, so I'm going to put this here. That black resistance didn't get tested, but the red channel had formed later, and then we broke that red uptrend from the lows of May. This of course turned things very bearish, backtested that level. It is now inside this green downtrend, I believe. So from these highs from the 23rd of October, we have kind of an internal channel, but we also have this potential bull flag, the blue one. So I reckon if we get to that green top band, okay, which is at 83, so $83, and then reverse, the minimum target is going to be around 77.50. So from 83.50 to 77.50, that's $6 drop I think we're going to see. And yeah, and then the blue bottom band is a potential support, of course, for a bull flag formation. So we will have to watch out for that. Natural gas reversed at the fifth touch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and never revisited those highs again. It opened the gap here at the last Sunday night. Large gap opened. It sold off. This is kind of a waterfall. Came down. I think there is a good chance that we're going to get to this red plus blue double resistance point. I think there is a good chance we hit that level, which is at 3,100 or just below 3,100 at some point. Ideally 3,085. So if it gets to that 3,085, we see a reversal confirming the red downtrend, come all the way down to that golden bottom band. And that bottom band touch will be the third touch, and then we can see one more rally. Maybe to fill this gap, maybe not. But either way, this golden channel is a gigantic bear flag that has been forming since the low of April this year, okay? So this is a giant bear flag, and of course once it breaks, it's going to come all the way to 2. So sorry for bulls, but bulls, natural gas bulls, blew their chances by not breaking this golden top band. The golden channel, the top band was not broken. So that was a big big missed opportunity for bulls. Now, if we look at the natural gas December contract from the highs of 2022, November, December, when it dropped, I mean, before it dropped, the continuous contract dropped 80%, of course. This blue resistance has been holding. That is the main reason why we had a reversal on the December contract. Not only that, the blue support was broken. The golden support is now broken, which means we have more downside all the way to that red bottom band. And that red bottom band may turn into a very strong support at around 29.25. Is it in line with my continuous contract, 29.25? No, it's actually continuous contract is at 28.25. So that's another 100 points. We'll see which one is telling the truth. The red bottom band on the December contract or the golden bottom band on the continuous contract. Gold had broken this golden support. So initially the green support was broken, which was the initial bearish signal. Came down, bounced off the golden support right there, right? That was a resistance, support, but then broken and became a resistance again. And that's why it's making new lows. And that's why I warned the bulls quite a few times since the break of this golden support, okay? So if it comes down to that purple broken bull flag, we may see a big bounce. But either way, after the big bounce, maybe to here, I don't know. Maybe it will completely be ignored. We don't know that yet. So it may get completely ignored and come all the way down to fill this gap. So that is it's at 1832. This is the futures contract chart, okay? On the spot chart, you can see this blue support rail. Initially, the golden one was broken, back tested, just like the futures. Now the blue support rail is also gone. And we're going to get to that red broken channels back test. And that back test will probably be holding as support initially, which is going to be around 1907, 1908. Silver also looking very bearish to me right now because, and there is a very clear reason here. Look only at the purple and red lines, okay? The boundaries of the red was defined when the red bottom band held. And then the purple channel, which was also a bull flag, the purple top band held at the fourth touch. That is when bulls lost control, and it came down, and it's now breaking the red bottom band. You can see here, the initial target is going to be the purple bottom band. Clearly, the level for that is going to be around 2170, which is why I'm short silver, because it is now broken the bull flag, the red bull flag, to the downside. So this is going to be interesting. The worst one, of course, I had called many times when this failed. That red support, this was a bear flag, okay? It initially tried to break that top band and failed, came down, back tested and came down again. And so this was the bear flag, very clear. Right. Oh, here. So, and then it came down, it broke that red support, and that was it failed to follow through with the bear flag's breakout or breakout's failure, right? This was very bullish, but then it went back in, back tested that red top band. So this was a major fake. And now actually the bear flag was broken. I posted it last week when it was at just around 900. It came down 55 points. And not only that, this is extremely bearish because now this blue support is also broken. You can see the blue support rail was holding, but now it's broken, which suggests that the green bottom band, wherever it gets tested, is the target. So it could come down all the way to 750, bounce, and then come down all the way to 710, which is that red bottom band. This could be the major buying signal when and if it gets there. Clearly, I'm going to show you. No, sorry. This is going to be happening in January. So if that green plus red, they want to be tested together at around 710, that would be a major buy signal in January, and I would be a massive buyer of platinum if that happens. If, there's always an if. So copper had broken this green major support, backtested it, and backtested, and now it's broken back into the blue channel. You can see here that blue sideways channel was broken, backtested, and as I mentioned in the previous videos, if we break back into the blue, then it gets really bearish again, and obviously this green resistance won the competition here. It won the battle, and the green resistance is a major one. Of course, the blue resistance is a bigger one, but now the green support, broken support, became a resistance, which means copper wants to come down further. Let's have a look now on euro. Euro reversed at that golden top band to the pip. Okay, that's why we shorted it back then. Look, to the pip, and then it broke down that red uptrend, that steep channel, came down, bounce, bounce, bounce. So at the moment, this golden support zone is holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches. And of course, if this golden support zone breaks, there is a chance to break, then I think it will come down all the way to the blue bottom band. And it will backtest the green broken resistance. That resistance had 3 touches. The 4th touch broke it, and we may come back down like a round trip to backtest that green. But it already backtested the breakout level, not the resistance itself, but the breakout level. This is why it's bouncing off this current level. It's a big question now whether it's going to come down to that blue bottom band or the green or green, and then rally to break out of the blue bull flag. That is a big if. So we'll see how it all unfolds. I don't have a feeling where it could go now. It could go either way. It could come down and break everything and really come down to 104. But if it forms the blue bull flag, rallies to the blue top band, then of course it would be very bullish. Similarly, look, pound sterling had broken this green resistance. That is undeniable. Broken, and it came down, round trip again, and it was also breaking that bull flag, that purple bull flag. This is the post of the flag, this is the flag itself. I know they are not very proportional, but yes, it is. I mean, it is what it is. Broken, backtested. Now it's backtesting that purple bull flag's top band. Where do we go from here? That red channel, 2 touches on both sides, has to be broken to the upside for a rally. It could come down all the way to the red bottom band one more time to backtest that green broken resistance, to be honest. So it could come down all the way to 121, and then we'll see whether it holds to rally again. US dollar, Japanese yen. This was the BOJ action, and then it came down to unwind all of that rally. This is what happens with news triggered action. It's at some point it stops, it reverses, comes down, happens like clockwork, especially on foreign exchange. Right, the golden channel, the spin-off channel is holding, and then it cleared that this blue resistance, the opening megaphone, rallied. Clearly, I mean, I'm not plotting them after the fact. I'm plotting them always during the action. So this blue support was for me, and the golden support for me was a support level that I had shared with members. Now the blue resistance breakout also I shared, and that's of course why US dollar Japanese yen is still looking very bullish. And of course it could get all the way to that golden top band at 152.50. The giant uptrend is still ongoing, okay, and I don't think it's going to get to that red top band, but you never know. Japanese yen is looking very weak. DXY is anybody's guess, and the reason is very clear. The green bull flag with 4 touches on both sides faked here to the upside and faked here to the downside and broke back in. So I don't know, and we don't know on which way this is going to get resolved. So I would be, watching the resolution of this bull flag very carefully. All right, now let's have a look at coffee. Reversed at came very close to that golden top band, and I had mentioned, but of course this looked very bullish since the bounce off the blue bottom band, touch and breakout. We may get a back test on it and then break out, or if it breaks back into the blue, which also, you can see there are loads of gaps inside the blue sideways channel. But this, of course, looks very bullish to me still. So maybe it fills the gap and then rallies. Either way, the golden channel has formed. I think it is, even though there's some spike to the downside, or not kind of overshoot, this here looks like a bull flag, a giant one from the January 2022 high, 1.5 years. Wheat has to break, so I'm going to put this in the daily chart, right? This purple channel or purple support rail from 2016 hasn't been tested one more time. We may get a test. We may get a test again at 520 or so. We are at 576. But you can see the red bull flag is broken and the black resistance is holding. So the blue channel initially was broken and back tested. We rallied, but it's still, even though the blue channel is broken, there is no push to the upside so far. We back tested the broken green resistance. You can see a perfect back test, but then it continued inside the blue channel, continued down. I reckon there is a good chance to revisit the lows of October, which is going to be 540, before it breaks that black resistance. But if we break that black resistance before 540, then it becomes a really big bullish signal. So anything beyond 600, 598 is going to look very bullish to me, and we can buy. Soybeans is still targeting that golden, and this is the continuous contract. I think it's still targeting 1400 before it comes down. This is a January contract, very clear that the golden uptrend is has formed, and the broken green and red resistances, they were back tested. The green one at least got back tested and it held. Now the blue resistance is breaking, which makes it very bullish all the way to 1400. Corn is the worst one, and one of the worst ones. It couldn't break this green bear flag to the upside, and it broke it to the downside. Is it going to come all the way to that red bottom band one more time? This is the continuous chart, and that red bottom band is at 440, 442 or so, depending on how it gets there, but around 440 handle. On the December contract, right, it's at 464 at the moment. We have on the December contract this red support rail. And of course the blue one is broken. The green support zone was broken and back tested, and it wasn't back tested. It wasn't broken again, which makes things very bearish. Now the blue one is broken. The last chance for the red support is around 459, 460. That's only 4 points to drop. And then we will see whether that red support holds or the continuous chart with 440. So we'll see which one is telling the truth. Cotton cleared this blue support, and of course it's coming down. This golden internal support is holding. Maybe we get a back test. After that, I still believe it's going to come down to that golden bottom band at around 68. We are at 77. Sugar is at an extremely critical point. So far it has been going sideways, okay? This golden the golden channel, which is a giant bull flag, hasn't been broken properly. You can see we have a wedge here. This blue top band held 3 times. This is the weekly chart, by the way. So I'm going to switch it to the daily chart, right? This is a wedge, and this wedge's support zone would break at around 27. That would take things very bearish. That would make things very bearish. Okay, it would be superbly bearish. I think it's gonna, if it breaks 27, it's gonna come down to this green support and maybe even eventually break it to come down all the way to 20, which would be the test of this here. That internal support right there. I think around 21, 22, you name it. But yeah, on the March contract, it's even more visible. This blue support, if it breaks 27, you can see the red support broken and back tested. And if it breaks the 27, I think we're going to see a big sell-off. On the bullish side, it has to break 28.20 to get all the way to that blue top band at 29, which would be very bullish for the continuous chart. All right, now Bitcoin is struggling at the moment. It's stalled at that red top band. You can see this, I mentioned quite a few times, as a potential resistance. It's there, it's just stuck there. It hasn't really moved neither to the upside nor to the downside. So anything beyond 38, what I want to say first of all is this was my bullish signal at the green bottom band. So this green channel had formed, this green bottom band, and I posted it many times that this is a buy signal while it was breaking the black top band with a very tight stop below 24,900 or so. The breakout was at 26,000, but you can see here what it did. It broke out of the green bull flag, which was my target at 32,000. It didn't even stop there. It was already tested 4 times. The 5th one broke it. Maybe we come back down for a back test and then break that red giant bull flag. But it is a giant bull flag formation if it comes down and broken to the upside. Of course, it could come down big time, all the way to 10,000 if this red channel is holding. If it really wants to hold here, Bitcoin may tank all the way to 10,000. That is a very crucial point here. But if you look at Ethereum, again, I gave the best bullish signal here at 1600. And I said, this green bottom band is holding. If you're buying here, the target is 3,000, which still is my target, 3,000, over 3,000. The green bull flag is broken after the golden one. And the obvious target to me is the black top band, which is at maybe, depending on how it gets there, but 4,000 is possible. We are at 2. So again, I think my signal at 1600 was one of the best in the coin world. And now we have broken out. The red top band may hold, pull back, and then break to the upside. So it's looking extremely bullish to me. Zcash had back tested the blue channel several times, right? And it's now testing that golden top band. If it can break that bear flag to the upside, it may also take out the green and red all the way. So this red giant downtrend, if it can be broken, which would be around 37, then it could get all the way to 100 really. Dogecoin looking very good because it's still inside this red uptrend, this giant uptrend. But of course it has to get to the golden top band and break it to the upside. Ripple, again, the best signals by myself. I'm not gonna be humble here, because the green bull flag had formed, and once it was broken, I gave the best signal here. Came down to back test it again, I gave the bullish signal here. I gave another bullish signal at the red channel breakout, came back, bullish signal at the golden, and bullish signal finally at the green. So I've been bullish since the breakout, which was at 44. Back test was around 44, 42, and we are now at 66. So that's 50% up, obviously. But my best signal was Chainlink. And the reason is very clear. This golden channel was broken, back tested, and it came to that green top band. And as I said, at 8.2, $8.20, it's going to become a major. So initial buy signal, even on the public Twitter feed, I said this blue channel was a bear flag, broken to the upside, came back, and it was at $6.20. $6.20. It rallied to the green top band, touched it for the 6th time, and the 7th time, as I said, $8.20 will break it, and from there it rocketed without looking back. It's incredible. This is the champion of them all, okay? Because it was at 6, now it's at 15. Nothing went like this, and it was very clear. It was a very clear technical setup, this one. All right, Litecoin looking good since the break of this turquoise channel. Back tested it, but I think it's going to get to 125 eventually, but I'm not really a big fan. Matic stopped at the blue top band. Very, very clear, that resistance. Now it's stopped. Okay, I had mentioned once it started rallying, and this one becomes a resistance, sideways resistance, and of course that black top band as well. Solana, since the break of this red, so initially the green bull flag and its back test, then the blue bull flag and its back test, reversal at the red. So this red resistance, red broken support, became a resistance here and then smashed through. And once it was broken, again, I said this is going to go to places, and here we are. All right, guys, I'm not going to cover all these other altcoins, but you know the drill. I gave quite a lot of signals in the last couple of weeks. Everything is going up right now. All right, take care, keep in touch. Have a good enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.